I was kind of trapped in this circle of work, go to work, go into traffic, go home, do the groceries, and start all over. There should be something else. I cannot live all my life, I cannot live my life like this, on this rhythm, on this, mindset all my life and just focus on the day I will retire. This is nonsense to me.
You're in that place of quietness and all of a sudden you just experience feelings of excitement, joy, freedom, love that are completely unconnected to anything that you see in your life on the outside. And from that place, that's when all the things on the outside come.
It has become our life purpose because it has transformed our lives so much in deep ways.
It's the feeling inside the most important, is that you feel so exhilarated and so full of joy every single day. We all want nice physical things, so that's the bonus on top of it, but you get all these physical things at the same time as experiencing it all in a state of absolute bliss and happiness.
Welcome to the Happiness Sweet Spot. My name is Laura and this is my friend Nadia. We are here today recording our introductory video for our project called the Happiness Sweet Spot. Our mission here is to find all the elements that have transformed our own lives and share here with you guys how you can manifest abundance and flow and love and unconditional happiness through all the areas of your life.
This is the introduction of our YouTube and podcast series. We are starting these series because through our journeys in life we have discovered that everything that you feel on the inside is directly connected to what you see on the outside, which is in your everyday life, circumstances that happen, people you meet, all the things that happen to you. And when you manage to go into your head and quieten all the thoughts that are flying through your head every day, there's actually about 60,000 thoughts that go flying through your head every day. So that's quite a lot, especially if they're not the right thoughts. When you manage to go to that space inside of you where you can find absolute peace and tranquility, that is where you find unconditional happiness. And in that place, you will discover indescribable freedom, feelings of exhilaration, of excitement, of love, of incredible happiness, but completely unrelated to anything that you see in the outside world. And when you are in that place, that's when you actually start to see things happening in the outside world. That's when dreams that you had, desires that you had become reality. The more time you spend in that place and the more you feel those feelings of exhilaration and excitement and joy, the more your life in the outside world starts to appear to you and to everyone as magical.
Exactly.
So Laura and I have been practicing this for the last 15 years. We are very, very passionate about it.
Totally.
Not only because we feel it in like the deepest core of ourselves that this is how life works, but also because obviously we have had incredible results. We've been able to manifest abundance in all areas of our lives, and we have been able to really get to a place where we are extremely happy. We are enjoying our journey. We wake up in the morning with a smile on our face, excited to start our day, and it is our passion and it is our biggest excitement to share this now with everybody out there.
Everybody should know about this.
Yes, everyone should know about this. And we were on our journey, and we were practicing this and really enjoying it, but now we have come to a place where we just feel very, very ready and very excited to share it with everybody. So we bumped into each other and we were at the same place in our lives, even though we knew each other from before. It's just recently that we connected and discovered that even though we've had different journeys in life, we are actually at the same point. And we're just bringing our energies together and are super excited to be doing these series.
And we hope you will really enjoy this, guys.
Yeah.
We're excited to do this. It has become our life purpose because it has transformed our lives so much in deep ways. You know, it's when we talk about abundance and manifestation, it's not only the physical, tangible things. It's like the richness that has created in all areas of our lives.
Is
the fulfilling sensation.
It's the feeling inside. The most important is that you feel so exhilarated and so full of joy every single day, and that is the number one thing that we want to share. And obviously the bonus of also attracting, you know, because we live in a physical world and we all want nice physical things, so that's the bonus on top of it. But you get all these physical things at the same time as experiencing it all in a state of absolute bliss and happiness. So now we just want to share with you how it all started for each of us, and up until where we are now. So would you like to start?
I will.
Yes. Okay.
I hope, guys, that our journeys will probably resonate with you, or you will
in some way, yeah,
or find elements that will be helpful for you. But really, the transformation of what we have been able to create, build, manifest, the fulfillment that it brings inside us is just so worth it to start this channel and share this with you guys. Okay, let's fast forward back.
Let's rewind back.
Let's rewind back some years. 12 years ago, I was living in Canada, working, and even though I have always been a naturally loving and happy person, I was kind of trapped in this circle of work, go to work, go into traffic, go home, do the groceries, and start all over again the next day. And I was feeling kind of trapped. I was feeling my life was into a rat race. We were all every week was around work, about building something for my boss, about living all these stressful moments of living in a city, doing all this driving and adult life basically. And my weekends were actually just to clear my head and start all over again. So this feeling of trapped sensation, let's say, I was telling myself there should be something else. I cannot live all my life, I cannot live my life like this, on this rhythm, on this mindset all my life and just focus on the day I will retire. This is nonsense to me. I am sure something else out there can make my life more fulfilling and appreciate every moment deeper. And I was in an urgent need of discovering more people that would think alike, because the life I had built at that point, the people that were surrounding me, they didn't have at all any knowledge, any they didn't have even the lives I wanted for myself in the future. I was kind of the one that was looking forward and seeing myself in a better position, but in a fulfilling life.
This is what, guys, we will explain in our series, but this is what you call living by default, which is you observe what happens to you in your life and you react to that. So something happy and something nice that you observe in your life, and then you are happy, and then something that is not so good happens in your life and you are unhappy. You're just going with the flow of the events that happen in your life, and that's where she was at that point.
Exactly, yes. let me share how my life started transforming itself, how it started all so quickly changing when I started to align and discovering all the information we will be sharing with you on this channel, because it has so much value, it has made so much good in my life, and I truly desire you guys can transform yours too. So I was feeling trapped. I was living, working, and trapped in the rat race. I focused on universe. I didn't know the universe. I had to talk to the universe at that point. But I started saying, I want more, please. I want to find solutions. And the universe made the first great move in my life. And some very good friends I have known for many years came one day and handed to me a USB stick. And they said, Laura, this information has transformed our lives. Everybody should be knowing this. We don't know how come, nobody tells you that in life and at school. Please listen to it. We love you, and from the deepest love of our heart, we wish you to learn about this. And it was a whole conference about the law of attraction. It was actually like 7 episodes, half hour each one, and I started listening to it every time I was stuck in traffic. And it was like a revelation. It was like something was revealed to me, a new world opened up in front of my eyes. That happened to you, Nadia?
Yes. I mean, I'll share with you my story after, and it's very different, but there are those aha moments where, you know, we were saying to each other, you just felt like, this is it. I have found like the answer that I was looking for deep down.
How come I didn't knew this before, you know? Mm-hmm. That sensation of transformation right away. And I started listening to these like obsessively. Every time I had a free slot in traffic, when I was cooking, every time I started listening to this, and my mindset quickly started to change and open up to all the abundance that is available out there, to how I could get empowered of my own life, you know, how I should align and listen to the best version of me and polish myself to becoming this amazing version of myself. And what's amazing about this is when you start, transformation starts very fast, but like very fast. Some weeks later, I had an intern that came into my life when I was working, and he was exactly at the same mindset and level in his life. He wanted more, he had some clues, and he wanted to open up. So same vibration, you know, universe always give you a matching vibration, and when you are ready, the people, the situations, and the things come.
So we'll explain what she means about vibration, but if you don't understand that word yet, what she means is energy. So you'll quickly find that the people that you have in your life and that stick to your life are the people with the same energy. People that are very high energy, very successful, tend to stick together, and the people that are very low energy and very moaning all the time also tend to stick together. So yeah, that's what she was saying. She attracted a guy that was her intern, and they were like kind of on the same energy and on the same path, which always happens.
Always happens, you will see. And I was reading at that time the book Think and Grow Rich, and the book like The Millionaire Mind by T.R.
No, sorry, I don't want to like interrupt, because I just love, because they're the two first books that I read from T. Harv Eker, and Think and Grow Rich. Those are the two ones that my mum handed to me like 15 years ago. And it is just amazing.
Read them, guys.
Yes.
Amazing books.
Yes.
The first step of transformation started there. So this guy had read the same books, and we were very excited because in Montreal at that time, like some weeks later, we had what they call the Millionaire Mind Intensive, which was a 3-day event of all-day conferences to transform your mindset to really manifest wealth and growth and abundance in your life. So we were very excited. We went to that place, and it was a shock to me to see how many people that were at the same point of us, like us, craving this growth and this, change of mindset to open up to real abundance in all aspects of our lives. And, friends starting to change, things starting to open up. Fast forward of that, 3 months later, I was in Las Vegas in another conference because, you meet people, then we went to that conference. And at that place, Nadia, I met my first mentor for, public speaking, for growth, and that was the first time I felt like I saw clearly the path of who I wanted to become. And I ended up studying with him and ended up in London some months later. At this moment when I was in London, my energy was so high, Nadia. I was so happy, eager, excited, and aligned with the true version of myself that for some reason I haven't seen before. I haven't had cues that that powered me, that amazing sensation was there. And I was like so aligned, so happy that when I went back to Montreal,
all hell broke loose.
All hell broke loose, exactly. My vibration was so beautifully transformed that nothing almost that I had built in my past life was matching myself anymore. The energy was so different that for some reason everything started going away. And we're talking about my job, we're talking about my relationship. I was in a 6.5 year relationship and the energy doesn't fit anymore together. I lose even my visa, when the universe was kind of kicking me out of my current life so I could actually match and get everything I really desired and wanted and asked during the previous months.
And this is, we are going to explain all of this in one of the videos in our series, but this happens a lot, and that's why we always like to explain to people, don't worry if there's changes, because part of you is going to want to hold on to the old, but you just have to focus on the new person that you are and the new energy that you have found, and know that it's always good if things leave your life, because it means that something better is going to come in. And when you have that faith, and it's not even a faith, at the beginning it is, but after it's a knowledge. Exactly. You know that if something goes, something better is going to come. Point blank, that's it. And when you have that knowledge, it's absolutely amazing, and it's like spring cleaning all the time, and it's more that comes in and higher energy that comes in, higher vibration, and that's the point where she was at her first transformation of energy.
See, you keep transforming yourself during your lifetime, so you have to just open up to the new, to the new vibrations that are matching your new self every time. And at this point when I was kind of losing everything, but I mean everything, and life was kicking me out of my old life. If I only had at that point my old knowledge, I would feel like my life is crumbling and this is horrible and terrible, and I would cry. But because I knew this power, this information about abundance and alignment, I was even surprised that, oh my God, this has to live also, so the new version of me can come. And the feeling was very, I was new at that point on law of attraction and all this information. So part of me wanted to hold to the old, but I had so much faith, and I was seeing clearly that this transformation was for my best self, and to really, some of the elements that were there were preventing me of really knowing in a deeper level who I was. And since all this was removed, I was in a space to recreate myself and rebuild the Laura I wanted to become. And fast forward from that, I started manifesting, an amazing job and I found my partner, who now is my husband, and he was like perfect for me in so many ways, because when you know how to ask, it's just perfect.
Yeah, it always comes perfectly, yes.
And perfect more than your tunnel vision knows, because we go up through life asking for things to our tunnel vision, but when you open up, maybe what you actually need is just out there, but you don't know. So when you ask in the perfect way, what's perfect for you in deeper ways comes. And that's what has been happening for me in the past 6 years, in an accelerated way, and I am so happy, so grateful, and you guys have to know about this because it's so fulfilling now.
Yeah. So I have had a journey very different to Laura's, but in the end it comes to the same discovery. So about 15 years ago I was handed the book from my mum, Think and Grow Rich, and I started reading it, and I thought to myself, whoa, this is the information that I've been looking for. So it's a lot about how to attract abundance in your life, and how your feelings are directly linked to what you observe in your outer world. And I had never been taught that before. I was brought up in a very loving and tranquil environment, so I was most of the time happy. But I was, what we were saying before, just living and observing. So as most of my life was happy, I was most of the time happy, and the things I observed that I didn't like in my life made me unhappy. And in 2010, so I was in a 4-year relationship with a guy that I thought was the partner for the rest of my life. I was very happy, I felt great. I was in a deep search though. I was unsatisfied in the deepest of my core, and I think that's why I was reading this information. The thing is that I wasn't practicing it with discipline and passion, because my life was actually just happy, because what I observed around me was fine. I didn't feel that deep core necessity to practice it, and to actually get into it. Until 2010, when I decided to get a nose job. Why? I'm not really sure why. I just thought that it would make me even prettier. I didn't have really any self-esteem problems. I had a great relationship. Everything was fine. It's just one of those things that was meant to be. After that operation, I went into a very, very dark place, because when I looked at myself in the mirror, I just couldn't recognize myself anymore. And even though on the outside the change was very minute, because I hadn't told my parents I was going to do this, and no one even noticed until I actually told them.
Nobody noticed?
My parents that had known me for all these years, and until I actually told them, because of my deep depression, no one had noticed. So just to let you know that it wasn't like a deformation or anything. And after that, not long after that, my boyfriend and I split up. So I think the combination of that plus this feeling of not knowing who I was in the mirror, I just could not recognize myself, my reflection, put me into a place of depression, which was actually really incredible. I remember being on the plane once and just thinking, I really wish this plane would crash, because I just could not control the amount of negative thoughts that were bombarding my head every day, like I couldn't. And I had never experienced that in my life, ever. And I remember once being in the car and talking on the mobile to my mum. I was crying, and my mum said, look, Nadia, if you can't do this for yourself, please do it for us. And I felt the panic in her voice and how scared she was that something might happen to me, because I was in that place. And I was like, okay, I have to find a way out of it. I have to find a solution and snap out of this. And I started to go deep and deeper and deeper into all this information about, finding your true self and finding true happiness. And as I practiced, I discovered that there is a place where you can find absolute peace and absolute quietness. And in that place you are extremely happy, and it's completely unconnected to anything on the outside. And I was spending more and more time there because my outside hadn't changed. You know, I could still see the same thing in the mirror, and that depression had led to me losing my job and me feeling very self-conscious, and so everything on the outside was not good. So I was going more and more into that space of absolute peace and happiness, and by doing that and by being in that place more and more, the outside little by little started to change. So one thing appeared, another thing appeared, and like my deepest desires started to become reality. And I was, oh, this is it. I understand. I had seen the film The Secret, and like a lot of people, hadn't understood at all what you're supposed to do. But then I discovered that this is how you do it. This is the place that you are in, and when you are in this place, that's when the rest appears on the outside.
When you let it flow, everything comes.
You're in that place of quietness, and all of a sudden you just experience feelings of excitement, joy, freedom, love that are completely unconnected to anything that you see in your life on the outside. And from that place, that's when all the things on the outside come. So anyway, I practiced this for 10 years, passionately, joyously. Manifested my husband. I have 3 children.
Beautiful
children. Financial abundance,
really
financial
beautiful
friendship, abundant friendship, sorry. And all this has led me to a point where I know now that my journey just gets better and better and better and better. And everything just comes in an exciting way. I'm enjoying the path, I'm enjoying each day, I'm enjoying the feeling of empowerment. And that was my next desire, to share it with everybody. So that's when I was waiting and waiting, because you understand once you're in this journey that you don't need to do any actions to make things happen, but things just kind of like knock you on the head when they have to. And I was just asking for, okay, I'm ready to share this information, I want to do it, and I want to do it in like a joyous and exciting way. And I met Laura, which, as I had explained before, we already knew each other, but I had no idea she was on the same path, no idea she was at this point in her life. And we recently reconnected, and we're like, this is it, this is the time to bring this information out. And that's why we are here today. So this is my story.
Thank you for sharing, Nadia. It's like such a path of transformation and fulfillment. And what we actually discovered some months ago is like we were actually studying the same thing.
Yes.
Around what are the discoveries around mindset for well-being and happiness, both from different
different teachers,
the Yale University, and from an amazing teacher from the US. And we were like so excited to start this and sharing both what we have experienced and what we are learning about what science also says about all this stuff, and how to transform your mindset to reach a well-being and happiness status.
So this was the introduction video. We wanted to obviously share who we are and why we're here, why we're doing this, but all our series are just going to be much more practical. We're going to go into the details of how everything works, how we practiced it on the very, very small things of our daily lives, depth into how the law of attraction works, which is a law as consistent and as
essential.
Yeah, as the law of gravity. It works perfectly. It's just a law of the universe. and just explaining how that works and how we discovered all the little tricks over the last 10 years of, you know, how it all came together and how it all works. So
in every aspect of our life, you know, financial, in love and relationships and friendship, and discovering how to manifest material things, and you know, deeper valuable things like knowing yourself and really connecting with who you truly are, and taking all the decision of your life through there, which makes them absolutely perfect.
And as we had said before, the most important is that when all these things appear in your life, you can appreciate them really with the happiness and joy that you really are. Because what's the point in having all the, you know, having a great relationship, having great children, having financial abundance, and then being miserable? So it really starts by discovering the core being of happiness of who you are, and then these things will automatically and naturally appear because that's the law. But when they appear, you'll be truly ready to absolutely, like, you know, savor them as you should do.
Exactly.
So
what I believe is law of attraction is, you know, a very important part, but the what makes law of attraction really reach the point of fulfillment and true happiness is when you savor what you get, you know, from the inside out. And that's our mission here. We want to share all this with you guys. We want you to transform your lives if you start having manifestation as we taught some of our what we had. Tell us in the comments, because we will be very excited and joyful to see and learn what is happening to you guys and what's going on your journeys.
And we have a series of ideas of what videos we'll be doing from, you know, the beginning to the end of the series, and obviously each of you will be in different paths and different moments in your journey, so feel free to write any questions you have about all the videos we're making, or maybe things that you do not understand yet or that we haven't thought of covering, and we'll be very attentive to, you know, make videos about that, make videos of answering your questions and all that kind of thing, so that we'll have a collaboration between all of us.
Exactly. And make sure you follow us on YouTube and on our podcast. We will be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all the usual more important platforms. And of course on social media at Happiness Sweet Spot. And that's it, guys. If you're feeling that this energy resonates with you, if you want to learn more, if you are at that point of your life where we are the right, you know,
match for you,
make sure you follow us, like and share if you feel this is valuable also for someone else.
Yeah, we're so excited to be doing this, and it's just going to be an amazing journey. So see you in the next one.
See you in the next one. Thank you for listening, guys.